I believe that the time is coming for SEI. And why is that? It's because I think that during the peak of this bull run, SEI could hypothetically at least go to the price of $20. And even though that's not financial advice, I believe that a major reason why that could happen, I think is going to boil down to the fact that SEI is a very amazing layer one blockchain. And hear me out, because some people, they think I'm crazy. They think I'm cuckoo. Hashtag Snoop Dogg's hairline. He has to shave his cornrows all the way back here. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, besides that point, keep in mind, SEI is arguably the fastest layer one blockchain out there, at least considered by many, because when you think about it, it can process 20,000 orders per second, which is insane because we take a look at a very fundamentally amazing layer one blockchain in the case of Solana. Man, using the Solana network, it's like a dream. It's fantastic. However, Solana, it can only process 10,000 orders per second. And again, right, say it's 20,000. It's double that. And let's not forget, SEI has a transaction finality time of around 380 milliseconds. And just to visualize as to how insane this is, we take a look at, for instance, Bitcoin. Now, some people, they may think, hey, it's an apples to oranges comparison, but I'm going to compare it to Bitcoin anyways, because I think this, if anything, just visualizes how special SEI is. Bitcoin's transaction finality time, keep in mind, is 60 minutes. That's an hour long. I mean, carajo, boja. That's what she said. Again, right, that's just complete nonsense, in my opinion. We take a look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum, it's not as bad as Bitcoin. It's 6 minutes, but again, right, SEI is still around 380 milliseconds. So that's a totally night and day difference. But we also take a look at Solana. Solana is around 2.5 seconds. Now, that's very insane in and of itself. But again, SEI just has that cherry on top. It's 380 milliseconds. Solana is a very fantastic layer one blockchain. But at least on paper, SEI, man, it just really has it beat in terms of the numbers. At least that's the way I take a look at it. And here's the thing, right? People, they oftentimes think that Ethereum, they think that, oh, it's the next best layer one blockchain. Or should I say they think it's the best layer one blockchain, and they think that, nothing can defeat it. But here's the thing, right? Ethereum, it's just not that good as of right now. For instance, the examples that I just mentioned before, Solana, in my opinion, it's just a lot more superior than Ethereum. We also take a look at SEI, even way more superior than Ethereum as well. A lot of people, they're hyping up Ethereum. They think it's the next big thing, but it is already the big thing. The market cap is already very high. I don't really see the point in that. At least that's the way I take a look at it. And fundamentally, as a layer one blockchain, I'm not a fan of its gas fees. I mean, it's insane. And also, a lot of people, they argue that it's not very scalable. So why would I choose something like that? I'm hands down going to choose something like SEI. I think it's a lot better. A lot of my friends, they think that Ethereum is fantastic. Yeah, back in 2018. But in 2024, I mean, come on, right? Who's going to use a Nokia phone nowadays? At least that's the way I view it. I mean, everyone's using either a Samsung or an iPhone. At least that's the way I view it, right? SEI, Solana, Samsung, and an iPhone. Ethereum, it just feels like a 1990s Nokia phone. At least that's the way I view it. Hashtag Solana phone, of course. If you know, you know. And keep in mind, SEI, it's currently being trusted by multiple investors and institutions, such as, for example, we take a look at Coinbase and Multicoin Capital. And of course, there's more, but these are the two big ones in my opinion. And here's the thing, right? If SEI is already being trusted by organizations this fantastic right now, just imagine, right? 5 years down the line, 10 years, 15 years. I mean, it's going to look crazy. Everyone thought that Ethereum, it's going to be the one to be adopted by institutions. It's going to, be the next big thing that's going to be adopted by enterprises. But I don't think so. I think its fundamental compromises really makes it not suitable for enterprise adoption. Unlike SEI, I do believe that enterprises are looking towards blockchains that are very revolutionary, much like SEI. And keep in mind, the enterprise market is where a lot of the potential is at. We take a look back in history. We take a look at the internet, for instance. What fostered the growth of the internet? It wasn't the retail market. It did help to somewhat, but if you take a look at it, the majority of its growth was largely driven through enterprise adoption. And I know that history doesn't always repeat itself, but sometimes it tends to rhyme. And I think that the exact same thing is going to happen in the world of blockchain technology. I think the ones that are well equipped for enterprise adoption, much like SEI, are the ones that are going to prosper in the long term. And here's the thing. What we're seeing right now when it comes to cryptocurrencies, some people, they may think that, oh, this is the peak. They think that 2021, it was a flash in the pan. They think as of right now, it's not going to exceed what we saw back in 2021. But I disagree. For instance, we use a real life example, and I'm going to get into my logical reasoning later, but I just want to first use an analogy because, when we take a look at in history, right? We take a look at Eminem. Back in the early 2000s, he was fantastic. He made good music. But as of right now, not really. And this most often than not happens in real life, right? We see rock bands, musicians, athletes, movie stars, whatnot, right? They make a couple good movies, couple good songs, they do a couple hits, right? And then they never are able to repeat that. They're not able to catch lightning in a bottle twice. But I think that principle doesn't really apply to the world of cryptocurrencies, because back in the 2021 bull run, yeah, it was insane. It was crazy. Hashtag Britney Spears. But at that time, there was roughly only around 300 million people owning cryptocurrencies. And the reason why I use the word only is because when we take a look at it right now, according to Crypto.com research, there's nearly double that amount. To be specific, there's currently around 575 million people owning cryptocurrencies. That's insane. That's over 500 million. So if the 2021 bull run was already that insane with that many less crypto owners, now that we have this many, this altcoin season, right? The peak of it, I think, is going to be ridiculous. And I think as a result of that FOMO, buying pressure, buying volume, and when I combine just how special SEI is, fundamentally speaking, how can it not at least go to the price of $20? At least that's the way I take a look at it. I think that this bull run really is going to surprise a lot of people. I think as of right now, it's just a very small taste. But man, I can't wait. I'm very excited. And I'm extremely bullish on SEI. And I'm not a day trader. I'm not a swing trader. I don't use leverage. I don't do that, right? I like to keep things simple. I just dollar cost average. I acquire, I hold, and I just wait for that peak, right? Quite essentially, I wait for that altcoin season to fully kick in fifth gear. I don't day trade all this type of nonsense. I don't care what happens to the price in the next 2 hours, for instance. Who really cares about that? I'm focused on more so in the long term, in a sense that, again, right, I'm focused on that altcoin season fully kicking in. I can't wait. I'm very excited, and I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if SEI did go to the price of $20, and during the process, make all of those SEI critics come running over to their girlfriend's, boyfriend's grandma. Yeah, you heard that right, girlfriend's, boyfriend's grandma, and start begging for a used Bratwurst extender, Lead the Captain edition. It's going to be a little bit embarrassing, but hey, I'm extremely bullish on SEI. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. And also on top of that, make sure to check out this very fantastic video. I think you all would really love it. It's been Lead the Captain. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.